Hey guys, so today of course the video is about my boob job that I got 3 years ago. What took me so long to talk about it? I don't know, but quite a few people have like some questions about the process, about how much I paid and where I went. So I'm going to make a quick video about what I did and hopefully it answers all your questions. So I live in Charlotte. I got my boobs done in Charlotte. I went to a place called the Institute. I got it done in like 2015. When I got them done, I didn't have any boobs. Like, I could probably still wear a kid's training bra. I was like an A cup. And the size I chose, I did 375 cc's. Well, I didn't really choose that, but the doctor chose it for me because he said since my boobs were so small that I couldn't go too big or it wouldn't look natural, and there's a chance of it ripping my skin. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. If I could do it again, I would. I do have to get them redone in 10 years. Well, not 10 anymore. Now it's like 7 because I got them done 3 years ago. And just depending on what size I am, I may go bigger, I may not. But I am going to do silicone. In the state of North Carolina, if you're not 21, then you cannot get silicone boobs. You have to do saline. I wasn't 21. I was 20. So I had to do saline. It cost me $5,600. You could easily go somewhere else. You could go to New York, you could go to Miami, you could go anywhere and you'll probably save you about $2,000. I didn't have it where I could travel at the time to go get my boobs done, so my only option was to get it done in Charlotte. What made me do it? I did it because I wanted to. I didn't have any boobs. It wasn't about like me not liking how I looked. Well, yes it was, because I didn't like my boobs. I remember in the 7th grade, like way back when I used to watch Dr. 90210. So I would always tell my mom, like, oh mom, I'm going to get my boobs done, I'm going to get my boobs done. And then I saw somebody post something one day about like plastic surgery, and I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm going to get my boobs done. So I called around. I called one place and they told me that the consultation was like $100. I'm like, oh no. So then I called the Refine Institute. And she was like, oh, the consultation is free. We could get you in next Tuesday. Just come up here and let's see what we could work out. So I went up there and I talked to the doctor, and I'm pretty sure his name is Dr. Pratt. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it is. And I was just rambling on in his office, like, I don't think I should do it. I'm only 20, like, he was like, well, the best age to do it is when you're younger, so I think it'll be a great time. And then we went in the back, and, he did all the drawing and stuff, and now by this time, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he's doing all his work. What if I decide I'm not going to do it? Like, it's a waste of his time. But then we went back in his office, and just pay attention to this part. So I was telling him, this was 3 months before my surgery. I was like, I'm scared of needles. I wouldn't know what to do. I've never been put to sleep. I don't like getting IV in my arm. Nothing. Like, I don't like any of it. He was like, well, that's the best part. The part that's when you get put to sleep. I'm like, okay, we'll see. And a lady that does the, all the financial stuff, after I went and met with her, and everything actually worked out. So she was like, well, you could get your boobs done if you want to. I was like, that's literally how I was saying it. She was like, so do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, I want to do it. Yeah, I walked out of there with all the papers and everything. That I done signed my life away to get my boobs done. And my appointment was in 3 months to get it done. It does not happen overnight. You cannot go there and then think you're going to get your boobs done the next day. I had to take vitamins. I know pretty much some of them was for like scarring. I can't remember the rest. I ordered a bra that I had to wear pretty much every day for some weeks that would have kept them like, it would have shaped them, because if not, who knows what they would have looked like. And the medicine that they gave me for pain was Percocet. That medicine was strong. It knocked me out. The day of, I got there. It was time for the surgery. My mom and one of my friends came with me, and I was just like, should I do this? Like, I was so scared. So I went to the back, and the anesthesiologist came back there, and he had some needles. And I was like, oh no, this is the worst part. So he had like a little small needle. I'm like, why you got like so many needles? And he was like, well, you're scared of needles, right? I said, I'm just now meeting you. Who told you that I'm scared of needles? He was like, the doctor told me. I'm like, I told that doctor that like 3 or 4 months ago, and I was just rambling. He didn't write nothing down. It was, I didn't think he was paying attention, and I was like, I was sold. Anytime I'm going to get something done, I would go there like forever, because I was just like, that was the smallest thing I said, and he actually listened. It might not be big to y'all, but it was big to me because I'm terrified of needles. So he numbed my hand, and then he put the IV in my arm. Put it like in my hand. He didn't do it in my arm. He put it in my hand. I didn't feel it at all. And I went to the back, and it was like a surgery room. I'd never seen it before. I was like, oh my goodness. So it was like 9:59. He was like, oh, it's 9:59. I'm going to give you some nerve medicine. I don't remember nothing after that. I woke up to my mom saying, she was like, oh, we have to go get Layla, which is my niece. I was like, okay. Got up, out the chair, and everybody was like, no, sit back down. I'm like, sit down? What are you doing? Like, I didn't feel nothing. They was like, your boobs are done. I was like, get out of here. Like, I had boobs by the time it was time for me to go. And apparently, we had been there for 2.5 hours. Didn't seem like it. I'm like, well, how'd they get in here? They was like, you walked in here. I'm like, okay, whatever kind of medicine they gave me, don't give me no more. Like, none. The worst part about the surgery would be the day after. The night of, okay? You have to go to sleep sitting up. You can't really sleep on your chest and stuff. So I fell asleep, and I was like this. By the time I woke up, because I had to go to the bathroom, the medicine wore off. I was in the most pain I ever felt in my life. Like, I was leaning to the side, so I had to try to use my arm to get up. I never knew, like, how much your arm muscles work your boobs. Like, I know they're connected, of course, but it hurts so bad. Like, I was crying. My friend stayed the night with me because my mom said she was not getting up with me all night to help me go to the bathroom. So I'm like, please help me, like crying, like, please pick me up. It felt like something ran over my chest. Like, it was so bad. I'm like, please give me my medicine. So I took my medicine, and it didn't take long for the medicine to kick in at all. So by the time it knocked me out, as soon as I took it, and the pain went away. So that was the worst part. What else? So yeah, I did $375. They also have this little thing that, like, they take the pictures of you before. Excuse me. They take the pictures of you before, so they have some type of machine that you could, like, see how your boobs are gonna look when you get them done. It's just like one of those little things that kind of shows you how it's gonna look after it's done. So I did that, but I didn't have cleavage in the middle, and I didn't really like it. And they was like, well, since you don't have any boobs, it's not gonna make cleavage. So that's the only thing I kind of don't like, is that it's like so spaced out in the middle. Right now you can't tell because I have on a bra, a push-up bra at that, so it's kind of like pushing them together. What size am I after the surgery? Technically, I was supposed to be a C cup, but the C cups are too small, so I'm thinking like I'm a small D, so like 32D maybe. And Victoria's Secret bras, like this one is a Victoria's Secret bra, it's a 32 double D, and it's a push-up bra. But Victoria's Secret sometimes runs small, so everything else I have is like a C cup. Some bras I wear a D, and then I did 375 cc's. It's a such thing called boob greed. When I don't have on a bra, I'm always like, I should have went bigger. And everybody's like, no, you should have, like, leave it how it is because it looks natural. I am going to put some pictures in the video because, so you can see like before and afters. Of course, I'm not going to be naked, but I do have some before and after pictures. What else? Before I got back up, so after I got the surgery, the next day I had a post-op appointment. And, I don't know what he was really checking for. I can't remember. It was 3 years ago. So he checked, everything was good. And then that same day I had graduation from the college I went to. So I was like, dang, I have to go here. I walked across the stage because by the time, like, I'm sitting here all this time, the medicine starts wearing off. I'm like, okay. Walked across the stage, got my little thing, walked out. As far as downtime, I didn't take a lot of downtime. So, like I said, I went to my graduation. That was literally the day after I got the surgery done. And then 2 days after that, I probably went back to work. So, I think I might have been off for like 3 days. Some people take like a whole week. I didn't need a whole week because my job wasn't physical. I sat at the desk all day. So, I just went back to work. But what did bother me, oh, and then as far as the medication, so I stopped taking the Percocet because I started getting sick after a while. Like, if I took it, and I know it said eat and stuff, so I made sure I ate, and I probably waited like an hour, no, okay, maybe like 30 minutes after I ate to take the medicine, and I started getting sick. Like, I would throw up. So I just took regular pain medicine. I took some ibuprofen because of the pain. So I went to work, and then I would forget when I went to get up. I would use my arms like to get up out the chair, and that's when I would feel the pain. So I take some more medicine. I worked like 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. So by the time I got off, I went home and I slept for the rest of the day. That was it. Let's see what else. The last thing I have to say is, if you want to get any type of plastic surgery, if you want to get your boobs done, you want to get your butt done, your teeth done, whatever it might be, if that's what you want to do, then do it. Don't let anybody else's opinion change your mind. Don't let what anybody else says make you think like, oh, okay, well, that's not the best thing to do. Now in society, everybody's doing whatever they want to do. I did it a few years, before everybody got on. Not saying that nobody got plastic surgery, but before people that I knew that went to high school and all of that stuff with me started getting surgery. So that's why I was scared. I'm like, because this is, it's not a norm. It's not something that I see every day with kids my age. So just do it. Just do it. Maybe when I do it again in a few years, I might vlog the whole thing like I was supposed to, but I didn't. That's all. That's all. It's done now. It's not something I can take back.